Alright, you're on, man.
Okay.
Read. Don't forget to look in the camera.
This is something
What do I have to move the camera in front of the TV?
It's totally delayed.
I was gonna write a really.
Oh, yeah.
They're not gonna see us, man.
Who?
I was write this in London.
Yes, they will.
Write this obnoxious thing about Rick. And really
You can say nasty things to them.
I would say this nasty shit.
Because they can't keep their shit together. They're not broadcasting out. We are definitely
I
broadcasting.
wish I could say something about Rick directly to his face. I have to write
Wait,
about
you want me to leave?
As you get up that subway platform
Hey,
with your video cam ready to transfer footage to net on air, you couldn't tell the difference when it comes to squeezing a fruit from a lemon and a lime or an apple and a pear, but you really have is a balloon filled up with tequila ready to explode. As if to hand you center stage in the next Steam Club to host Leonardo DiCaprio and Puffy Combs being fucked by Microsoft. I worked that into a more elegant thing, which I did.
That was on the main page of Microsoft. That's good.
Content.
Exactly.
Azek's branch. This is Lee Klein's content. I've just begun this, which I ran from Caffrey's. When Jackie Onassis died, Caffrey wrote a poem. Her boyfriend, Maurice Templesman, put a poem up, which they had in Verso, which was a bookstore in Chelsea, which I had some contact with before Eve Packer stole my gig from me. And I wrote this, which is a little bit like Caffrey. Lee Klein's content. And I wrote this thing in between Tangiers and Marrakesh and Tangiers. Tangiers and Algeciras before that, but I'll read this first. Lee Klein's content. Azank's branch, Saskia's red hat, worn while sitting for Johannes Vermeer, a white porcelain with blue decoration in the on-deck circle at a Nantucket auction house. The Limoges vase and Jean-Simeon Chardin's only known floral still life. Bouquet of carnations, tuberoses, and sweet peas in white porcelain with blue decoration. Financial surrealists take the train, perchance to take the ferry, or a chance to find Atlantis. Our catalog without an exhibition, better if not than an exhibition without a catalog, or a whole plan without an explanation. Or a catalog for an explanation, or a palace for proposals, or a proposal for a purpose, or a whole work now bent on content, filtered, protected, censored, uncensored, uncompromised, reporting back on the reporters to the reported to, taking the infotainment superstructure to the extent it's a navigable construct, or a submarine resurfacing to be browsed. I will supply you with more content that can be sent through your aqueducts of broadband, schlocksters, low-end providers, producers, MP3 buccaneers, day traders on loan to .com promoters. Join together your B2Bs and your B2B.Cs. A virtual river of content still runs through it. The ancient Nile, the Tiber, the Ganges, the city-states of information vying to trade with the Phoenicians, stopping to unload physicality to their locality. Now, I want to read my play if I can. Can I read my play? I read this once on Joseph's. It's the same play that I've read before, but I wrote some new acts.
Is this the new one?
It's the same play, but I wrote some new acts since I read it first.
Which play?
It's down. Our Criticism of the Birds.
I don't remember that one.
What happened to my birthday?
To the double shopping mall poem?
This is my first play that I've really written seriously as a play, and I'm developing the characters. You know, I finished the second act now, so I'm moving. I don't know if I'll finish all 5 acts, but I did finish the first act and then I finished the second act. Our Criticism of the Bird. Scene 1. Chappie McSally, Scottish editor bird. Emu Corn, please come in to learn how to format your nest for the birdhouse. See Act 1, Scene 2. Bird Bath and Beyond. Romanian art critic bird, Flaubert Oregano flies in. I am the greatest art critic of the times of the skies. I am the greatest surrealist. You know the funny thing about surrealism? It's so surreal. Tennessee V. Reinhardt, wasp art critic bird, flies in. Cone, that's me, Ema Cone. You know in my novel, Megamall, Dera's bent ovals, there's a starbirds in the middle. Tennessee V. Reinhardt. Dera is a starbirds artist, isn't he? Surrounding birds nod. Cone, look, it's Big Siegel from OnlineTV. No, you mean TV's online. Biff, no, movie TV. You sure you're not talking about TVs who make movies?
Yeah.
Soliloquy. Once I was taking an airboat with my friend Robin on a mission to deliver books to an anthologist translator, for he could not receive them through the mail because he was a Sandinista, and he had been banned from the USA by the CIA. Through the jungles, canals of Costa Rica, from Quahita to Tortuguero, birds like biplanes followed the boat, swooping down and disappearing into the canopy. A resplendent aviary, a prism which ran from sanguine and banana yellow into scarlet and jade. And when I walked into Marlborough Gallery one day, there were my previous associations perched next to fashion models and Larry Rivers paintings. So willing was my willing suspension of disbelief that I went fashion in the birds, fashion in the birds, fashion in the birds, and then fashion in the fish. The underwater observatory on this island of St. Thomas, the turquoise waters home to an explosion of tropical poissons. But then, as I was absolutely rejecting from my trip to Las Vegas, I thought these canvases would be perfect for panels in the Orwell Casino slot machines. And the Sandinista turned out to be a first cousin of someone in the Bush administration, so I guess you can say the Sununu bird is hiding in the bushes. Professor Bannon. That all sounds very interesting. Cohen, well, Pete, how about a story about a whole nation of Sununu clones who all run their own fiefdom like the independent bureaucracy of Boulder, Colorado, who declare civil war on each other? Sounds like a nation of Sununus divided cannot fall. Or how about a whole planet of Greg Normans? Who dat? You know, the Australian golfer who plays rounds with Clinton. He has his own island or something like that. It was Clinton's fantasy to play golf with him, even though he's a Republican. He has a whole line of clothing, and since he's known as the Great White Shark, that's his emblem. Anyway, you know, I've been reading for that book club, and I was looking over the synopsis, and one writer had written a science fiction novel, and lo and behold, his characters visit some planet, and it's populated by a whole race of Greg Normans. Sounds like some crazy shit. What's your point anyway? No point. Just wanted to relate some information. Well, I ain't got no time. I'm just trying to get that crazy woman to do some work around here. Do me a favor and call her up. 674-3778. Hangs up. Scene 3. On the phone. Cone. How you doing, Emu? Did you get that package I sent you? I sent it on Thursday. It should be there by tomorrow. How'd that reading with Peckinpah help you at all? I don't know. Penguin. Well, I'll be in Puerto Rico for 3 more days and I'll be back in Florida. I'll call you. Okay. I was just calling to see how you were. Thanks. Okay. Scene 4. Tape machine. Mr. Cone, Mr. Rivers. It's 5:30 on Saturday afternoon, on Friday afternoon. I was reading your article. It's funny. I have an idea. Call me. We'll chat. Ghost. It's great to see something in you. Soliloquy. Cone. Before, when I was going up to see Mr. Rivers, I had the invitations for his gig, which turned out to be his band's gig at the club where I work, Conception, and was sitting alone in a room. I was dismissed before I could show him the review I had written on Fashion in the Birds, before I solicited his participation in a series of conceptions called Concepts. So I relayed that information, and the ghost told me, why should he care? He's all over the world. Why should he care about a review in this little magazine? And now all of a sudden people see something in me. Scene 5, Bird, Bath, and Beyond. Cone. Larry Rivers called me. Oregano. That's good. Phone flashback. Rivers. Mr. Klein, since you are the latest person I owe a debt of indebtedness to, I'm taking you to Ireland with me as my guest. Cone. Why would you want to take a Jew to Ireland? The ghost is really getting on my nerves. What a greedy ghost. I know. Can you believe this? Cone. He kept visiting me and asking me to write about him, so finally I compared him to Salieri and Milos Forman's film adaptation to Peter Shaffer's Amadeus, and that he uses psychofamilial intimidation transformed out of artistic jealousy, and he uses aggressive arguments based on people's fear of failure to gain what he wants. Very good. Ghost bellows. According to Emo Cone, based on Emo Cone's interpretation. No, Ghost. According to Emo Cone via Peter Shaffer and Milos Forman, and maybe even Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart himself. Ghost. I'm on my way to haunt an advertiser who didn't pay for their ad in a previous life. Cone, yeah, they're probably more likely to see their ad in the next life than in this one. Ghost, you just don't know anything about the magazine business. Cone, sounds like the magazine business turns into the haunting business. Ghost, talk to you later. Bird, Bath, and Beyond. Scene 6, Coleslaw enters. Bird number 1, look, it's coleslaw. Bird number 2, yeah, potato salad died in the 70s and now she's re-emerged as coleslaw. Coleslaw, hi darling. Oregano, coleslaw darling, please sit down, so lovely to see you. Coleslaw, Reinhardt, Cone. Oh look, it's Chickadee Sea Chirp. Bowler had a big bird walks in. Coleslaw darling, Chickadee darling, air kiss. I just sold my brand QC Bird in Space for $3.5 million. Bird seed on there for everyone on me. Oregano, Cone, you insane maniac. When is my date to squawk at Bird Life? Mayday. Good you gave me a date, otherwise I would have to talk to the ghost and you wouldn't have been able to do everything you do for free almost anymore. Coleslaw, stop fighting. Big cat bird walks in named Finch. Finch, Coleslaw, I see you have Cone with you. You know Cone? You remind me of a young Finch. Coleslaw, did you invite him over to your cabbage patch like you did me? Cone, now come on, Ghost. Cone, you're going to name droppers hell. Cone, I know. People will be saying they know the administrative assistant to Lucifer, and I'll be saying, I know the secretary to Lucifer himself. Act 2, Scene 1. Dream, Emo Cone. You know, your son is really a fascistic editor. Mother McSally, really, what did he do? Cone, oh, he likes to rule with an iron claw, and he demonstrates his power with a stern manner. Mom McSally, oh, I'll have to see what they can do about that. Scene 2, Chevy McSally, Cone, yes. Me and my friend here are going to have to take you on a little tour of museums. Brandishing a knife, well, yeah, I want you to take all the women out of your plays. You mean like in Reading Way's Roosters Without Hens? Is that what happened to him? McSally Associate, sure is. Scene 5, McSally Cone. McSally, you know, Scene 2, I'm sorry. McSally Cone. Cone, McSally, you know, I just had a dream about you and Indy. You were played by Paul Baltimore Oriole. McSally, strange, Cone. And your mother was in it. My mother, remember you said Bertram Housecat was a friend of your mother? But then I asked him and he said he was only friends with you. And then he told Crane Horsheim, who was with him, what a great artist you were, then I must have put it in my subconscious file manager on you. Scene 3, Finch gives a lecture, standing beside a suite of 5 paintings. And here we have an Alfred Moore, and here we have an Alfred Moore, and here we have one by Sarah Sue Marnilock. See how this is done? Oh, it's done because she's a woman catching the light and dragging its cranberry color onto the canvas and splintered. In splinters, it's raspberry, it's white, in small rectangles of paint. And an Alfred Moore, and one of mine. This is the game here. Scene 4, Office of the Birdseed Register. Inside the birdcage. Penguin Norvo. Where is that bird that was coming in for an interview to sell? Pembroke. He's been here all morning, Penguin. Pigeon. Oh, pterodactyl. Pterodactyl, yeah, Norvo, long time no see. There he was in deep freeze, hibernating back in the Mesozoic cage. When Mrs. Pterodactyl got a call and said that pigeon was on the phone, had to come out of deep sleep for this. Crumble bird looks like he's been in the nest for 3 million years. And it was you, Penguin. Pigeon. Norvo, yeah, I need you to do a job. I've been running low on birds to some mixed media programs. Pterodactyl, how does it pay? Norvo, lot of seed. Pterodactyl, sign me up. Norvo calls it to Hawkster. Hawkster appears. Hawkster, like you to show Pterodactyl around. Gonna be good. Hawkster begins questioning Pterodactyl. Emu appears. Emu, lurking around an office, comes over to Pigeon Norvo. Emu, hey Norvo, I do everything you ask. Write your article on Rooster Will and even on Grandma Chicken. And you give everybody else the jobs to make more money. Even Pterodactyl, deep freezed in the Mesozoic age, and derelict birds found in train stations and halfway nests. Norvo, no, I need you for inside the birdcage. But I can't make as much money inside the birdcage as I can at the birdseed register. Norvo, you think you can't make money inside the birdcage? You can make more seed than you can shake your beak at. Cone mutters to himself. Sure he hasn't squawked that line of bird shit before. Blue Jay Larks appears. I just got off the phone with Bertram Housecat. He wrote me that article about the bird Indian at the Chirpy, hands in the paper. I ran into a visiting feline official. I think it was Chat Catnip. He asked me where that Choppy was, and I said, you mean the Chirpy? And where could he find the work of Hadrian Sparrow? You mean Octavian Sparrow, said I to Catnip. They went to the bird Indian. Blah, blah, blah. Emu. The Lark. Sounds like Housecat was hitting the catnip himself. Should never hire a cat to work for a bird. Larks. You told me to hire him. Well, how come you pay me a lump and a half of birdseed for a whole week of writing headlines on Deadline for the Birdseed Reporter, and you pay Housecat so much catnip for writing the cat dribble? Larks. It's the name. If you were me, who would you want writing for you? Housecat or Cone? You would hire Housecat too. Emu calls Housecat. Housecat. Hello. Hey, Bertram. Hi, Emu. Did my boss pay for that article? Yes. They wants to put it on the Worldwide Spiderweb. Bertram. Can't put it on the Worldwide Spiderweb. I have an exclusive agreement only to be on the Galactic Cobweb. Me and Finch at Baltimore Oriole. Okay, I'll have to tell Blue Jay. Larks. Bertram. Okay. Scene 5. Last one. Performance. Rivers the Cat, Finch, Perch Garden, Emu, Berger Whitehen, and Sonia Whitebird. By the Sea. For performance. By the sea, a blue turtleneck bird with a South African accent under a sapphire blue sky going black. Emu. Can't believe we're performing with Rivers. Perch Garden. He's important, but he is just going to squawk. But everybody else's performance. Rivers in the chair. Art criticism. Emu. What do you think of my art critically? I kind of didn't even paint around here anymore. Do you like the watercolors? I like Fashion and the Birds. Jazz starts playing. A wild rock riffs. People start flailing and howling. Rivers arches violently back and moves with the music, holding a note with his body, positioning as others do the same. He looks 30 or 40 years old and has a ponytail, flailing with the music. Berger writes. Berger Whitebird comes over and sits next to Emo. he has not even performed yet. Sonia Snowbird walks up and starts a wild political rant. Then this is followed by theatrical pieces of multiple young men and women inside symbolic pregnancy and regeneration orders. Thanks.
Was that a good play?
Good word.